said, look, it's going to be harder to hold him back than to let him go. And that's the thing. But you've got to let him grow as a fighter and learn and develop.
I think the learning and developing is going to be done in the gym, and it's obviously a collective decision as to how quickly we move. But you can rattle off some names, and it's by no means disrespectful to anybody when you're talking about the likes of Hrgovic, Otto Wallin, Justice Hooney. Justice had a good win yesterday, and that's a fight that's been talked about at the moment. But Charles Martin's another great name. I think that would be on our radar. But the next 12 months is going to be, it's going to be. It's not a development. Everything's a development. I think even if you ask the top guys, they're always still learning on the job. So the fact is, Moses is 20. He's in his second year as a pro, but he's already been talked about as capable of fighting some of the big guys. There are guys on that sort of just sub top world level that I think we go and get a yardstick from, and then we go there.
Who do you want?
I'm not too bothered.
Justice Henny, you were talking about there, and I'm hearing rumours that could be a possibility like May time, but that could be for a WBO interim world title. So that would be really making the same.
There's moving parts. We know what this business is like.
Yeah, of course.
It could change tomorrow, but at the moment, that's what we're focusing on. But Moses will have another fight in April before any interim world titles or anything like that are discussed. And the Hooney fight, I think the reason why Hooney's been specifically targeted is that they're 5 and 6 respectively in the WBO rankings. Yeah. So if that interim title does become available following the Joseph Parker's fight against Danny Dubois, then we'll grab it with both hands, because it puts us in a fantastic position to fight for the full world title later on in the year.
Sure. I've got to say, Simon, in Riyadh that night, after this fella came and went, and it seemed like you were in the rings for seconds, and then Dempsey McKenna's carted out. It was a statement. It was like, what have we just seen there?
Taking that in a second.
And those are and is the interview with Moses Itauma on Talk Sports Boxing. And he, it was addressed, who does he want? And he wasn't bothered by anybody that he mentioned. The people that were mentioned were Justice Hooney, which we've been hearing a lot of that lately. Okay, I have a video coming with him soon. Charles Martin, Otto Wallin. Okay, and Otto Wallin has a fight with Derek Chisora. We don't know how that's going to go. That's going to be interesting as well. Who else is on that list? I think that's it. I'm missing one more name on that list. But, Moses, wasn't bothered by any of it. I think his job is to perform, execute, and I think, as far as Mike Tyson's record, he's not going to beat that. But to be one of the youngest is still a noticeable thing, Moses Itauma. You can tell he got the fro chiseled off. I think people were looking at that as a trademark, honestly. You know what I mean? Seeing that fro sit there. But nonetheless, I think, if anything, Moses not being bothered by any of it and as calm as he is, it's pretty extraordinary, okay, because of the age. And I think the calmness shows maturity. Okay, because a lot of times, a lot of people, they're ferocious. They're they can't stop moving their leg, and they're always, it's one of those things where they have this nervous tick about them, because that nervous tick indicates some kind of urgency in what they want to do, versus someone that's calm and just his demeanor. It's tranquil, And someone like Moses Itauma, that wants to show that he's the best, but's not really worried or carried away with the urgency by showing that he's nervous. It's just almost like patience is being produced. Patience is actually being, showed there. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and, see what happens. And then I can show people respectfully that I am one of the best fighters and will be the best. That's him showing that patience, him being calm like that, that's what that conveys. You see what I mean? Like, hey, cool. That's what it is, and I think that's rare. That's the word I'm looking for a young fighter like that. That's 20 years old now, because I think his birthday was on the 4th or 24th, something like that. Last month. His birthday was last month. So, but yeah, I would like to see him in there with Otto Weiland, especially if Otto Weiland wins. You know what I mean? And he could be somewhat of an avenger of the ultimate gatekeeper, Derek Chisora, right? I think Justice Huni would be good. I think for Justice Huni, it would be a bit quick, but then a lot of these guys are either going to make it or they're not, Look at Gordon, when he fought Dubois. Look where Dubois is now versus where Gordon is now. You see what I mean? Nathan Gordon. So, they had their powwow, that undefeated showdown back in the day. That's 5-6 years ago now, looking back in hindsight, right? So, that fight may have to happen sooner than later. Like, look at Jaya Pataya and look at Inika yesterday, okay? Both undefeated fighters, but one had to go and the other one had to flow, So, you guys tell me what you think of Moses Itauma, the new haircut, the selection of opponents this year. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.